Hey, this is Max, and in today's video I'm gonna try out a new format here which I asked your opinion about in the last video, which was about the 5 best UX channels here on YouTube, at least in my opinion. And the new format is about me basically talking about the user experience topic and everything that happened in the last week or weeks or the last time. So I'm just giving a round of updates regarding all different topics, regarding conferences, regarding software, regarding anything really that I find interesting. And maybe you find it interesting as well. So again, tell me your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this video then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as there are new videos coming almost every week, or I'm trying to publish them every week, so it might be worth it. I'm a senior UX designer and user researcher based in Germany, and if I'm not publishing these videos here on YouTube, I'm working on creating online courses which are hosted on Skillshare. So if you're interested in online courses about the user experience topic, digital product design, tutorials about Figma, Miro, productivity, Notion, all these kinds of things, then check out the link in the video description where you will get 1 full month of Skillshare Premium for free. So there's nothing really you can lose. You have access to the entire Skillshare platform with all the courses and all the material, and definitely enough time to check out all of my courses. And if you don't like it, then you can cancel your subscription at no cost, and at least you had the chance to try it out, right? So I'm not trying to waste any more time here. Let's talk about the first thing. I'm taking a look on my notes here. Let's talk about FigJam, the latest addition to Figma's software portfolio and their competitor to the Miros, Murals, and Division Freehands of this world. And what I didn't know is that they actually offer a quite professional tablet support, which surprised me because they didn't do that for Figma, or at least I wasn't aware of that. And this was a huge problem for many people. And then I read in their news blog that they actually now support pencils on tablets for the FigJam browser version. So that's a great new addition, I would say. And also, let's jump over to FigJam for a second. They have now included a timer functionality, something that you might know from other tools as Miro, for example. And it's a bit hidden under this star menu, which they call Collaborate. And if you click here, then you can see the timer. You can mute the timer, but you can also leave it on and then click on the countdown, specify some seconds and minutes, and you will hear that sound. Everyone on the board will hear that sound, in fact, if the timer ran down. And if you deactivate the audio, then it will just do this animation here. But it makes a lot of sense. I'm using it for almost all of my sessions. For example, if I want the people to be working on a specific task for a specific amount of time, and then everyone at the end of that time should be coming together, then I'm starting the timer and everyone is aware of how much time they have left and when the time's over. Speaking of Miro, they started a collaboration with Post-it. And this is actually interesting because I always found their sticky notes to be looking very realistic, and I was assuming that they already had this kind of collaboration or contract between Post-it and Miro, but now it's official, but in a different direction. I was kind of thinking that they just changed the name from sticky notes to Post-its, but in fact it is now possible to use the Post-it app, which I didn't know even that it exists, and scan physical Post-its and then include or load them into your Miro board. So that's kind of what the entire collaboration is all about. You need to use the Post-it app, make a photo of your board of Post-it notes, then you push a button and it will be in your Miro board or Miro app. So kind of bridges the gap between brainstormings, for example, or your daily Scrum or Kanban boards and the digital version of that. Conferences. It's not really like we're getting back to normal just yet, at least here in Germany. It's all still very careful and we're not opening too quickly, which some of us like and some of us don't like. But you see the same effect, of course, for the entire global conference industry, everyone enjoying going to conferences. And there has been this huge series of digital and virtual conferences, mostly free, which was exciting. And now we can see slowly there are some conferences coming back to in-person formats. One conference that is now going to take place for the first time is the DesignConf by Learners. And Learners being a new platform where you can learn stuff mostly about user research topics. I think they're somewhat related to the UXR conference, which takes place in Toronto, Canada, but I'm not fully sure about that and how the connections really match together. But this conference is taking place on September the 17th, and it's free to access, it's virtual, and definitely worth checking out if you're interested in UX research and UX design. And staying in September, there's another conference here in Europe, and it's the famous UX Strat format taking place in Amsterdam. And this one is actually an in-person conference, if you believe it or not. It's taking place from September the 6th to the 8th, and it's taking place in person. You can buy tickets and you will hear talks, I guess. I don't know if they limited the amount of participants and how they really want to set it up and how their hygienic concept is, but I'm sure they have one, and that's definitely exciting to see the conferences coming back to this in-person format. And I can't wait, to be honest, to go back to conferences, hopefully next year, and hopefully see some of you guys there. Now talking about tools and software, and browser-based software to be more specific. I was recently made aware of that tool called Spline, where you can work on 3D web experiences in your browser, and it's performing really well. It's, as I said, working in the browser. It's much like Figma, for example, and I'm not a 3D professional, but it looks really sophisticated. You can do a lot of stuff, and it's very easy to get into it, even though I was not able to create such fancy stuff here, but I was able to play around a little bit and thought that it kind of makes sense, and the performance was really good. Since it's browser-based, you can use it everywhere, and it's really targeted towards creating web experiences. So not only the 3D illustrations that you see all over the place, but really interactive 3D animations and objects that you can then work with and include in your user experience or your products or websites. And next up, we have Infinity Maps. I don't want to say yet another infinite canvas app, but I mean, it looks like it's doing a similar job as Figma and Miro and all these tools are doing. It's definitely looking interesting coming from their website. You have to try it out, I think. It's definitely looking nice coming from their website. You need to check it out. Maybe you can tell me what their USP is over these other tools. It's free to sign up, so whatever you got to lose. If you're interested in that, you should do that. Maybe I will do that as well, since I already made a video comparing all these, I call them whiteboarding tools. This should definitely be also in the next version of that video, so something to check out. And now a bit for the random stuff that I stumbled upon. There's actually a website which deals with Brutalist design. I don't know if you know what that is. As far as I'm concerned, this is a term coming from architecture, and it's buildings that represent a very specific style, and this is called brutalism. And the digital designers adapted that same style for their websites, and there's a website called brutalistwebsites.com, and obviously this website is listing up a bunch of other websites which are designed in a brutalist style, so you can check that out. It's maybe nice for inspiration or for kind of negative inspiration, if that's a thing, or just if you like art style web design. I found it interesting to see that it even exists, and I always enjoy scrolling through these collections and kind of taking a look at how people work with design in digital. I mean, this is certainly not a premium example for usability, but I mean, sometimes, who cares? It's just a piece of art in this case, and it doesn't need to be accessible. It probably only wants to cause some thought processes in your brain. And yeah, if you're into that, check it out, brutalistwebsites.com. And in a strong contrast to the Brutalist websites, the other thing that I wanted to show here is ethicaldesign.guide, an ethical design guide, which is more or less, again, a collection of websites. And all of these articles that are linked here are trying to convey the same message, which is to create ethical products that don't do harm to anyone. So if you're working in an industry that deals with ethical design or data usage, which is probably almost any industry, then you should take a look at this website and just have a read through some of these articles here, as you will definitely learn from that, and maybe it helps you to get new ideas on how to prevent unknowingly harming some people and really caring about the ethics of your design and your code and your products. Cool, so that's it. That was my first edition of What's Up in UX. I hope you liked that video. If you liked this, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave something in the comments, tell me your thoughts about the video. Should I do a second edition of that or shouldn't I? If you have other ideas, let me know. I'm always really enjoying communicating with you. That way it's not this one-directional lecturing stuff, which I don't enjoy that much. So let me know your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Goodbye.